Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Black Bear Hunter coming at you again, and we're here to talk about the Gonzo Imperial Porter out of Flying Dog, located in Frederick, Maryland. 9.2% ABV, 85 IBUs, local. So yeah, I'm not sure if you've ever had Gonzo before. They have this the Gonzo Imperial Porter. They have a bourbon barrel aged version of it. It's a pretty straightforward brew. This is actually a Baltic, I would like to say. And with that being said, I mean, I don't know if you've had a few any other type of Baltic porters like the Baltica line. Hardywood has a really good one. You have 6 point, like you have their four beans and three beans. I think those are Baltic porters, but this one's a little different. The hop profile is a little bit more aggressive in this one than others that I've had. So yeah, I mean, it's still really good. You get all the normal characteristics of a Baltic porter. If you can appreciate that. So yeah, let's crack it open and see exactly what they were trying to give us. Okay, packaging was well. That a little smoky, a little CO2 coming out of there. So it's packaged well, should be preserved pretty well. I haven't had this too long. I actually was cruising through. This was another one of my pickups at the Town Center Market out in Riverdale, Maryland. It was in there. I guess you could say there's single section, like the section where you can buy a bunch of single beers and make your own 6 pack. I think this one was it's a black mark. So with these, basically, I think there was like $3 or $4 or something like that for a single. And I was like, I could spare $2 or $3. So, like I said, I've had Gonzo before, but the being able to talk about it here online, spare a couple bucks. So yeah, let's get a pour on that. Had to break out the Stella for this one. So let's see here. Nice pour. Look at that. Nice tan hit. Dark. Look like, did I get lucky? Yeah, I got lucky. So, dark brown. As you can see, a nice khaki colored actually dark brown, like a nice dark tan hit. We'll see about the lacing once it recedes a bit, but it should be pretty good lacing on that. Let's get a aroma on that. Let's see. You definitely get like some coffee. You get a heavy rush of coffee. It's really roasty. You can actually smell the hops coming off the beer. So yeah, I mean, you definitely going to get. It's going to be a little hoppy, and I'm okay with some hops. I'm not like 100% about a hoppy stout. I like some bitterness, like from bitter chocolates, and from coffee, like from dark chocolates, and when you actually process a coffee, sometimes you'll get that nice little bitter bite to it. But usually that bitter from hops, I'm a little funny about, depending on which one they're using. And I want to say in this one it may be Cascade. I think, just by the smell and the taste, if I can remember the taste. But yeah, pretty good lacing. Look at that. So should linger on your tongue pretty well. So Best way to know is to taste it. So, cheers, YouTube. Okay. Dark chocolate, coffee, semi-sweet malts. I guess you could say molasses on that. Toffee, vanilla, really smoky, but that piney hops taste. I'm not a big fan of, but I mean, I think if you age this a little while, couple years, 3, 4 years, it'll go away. It should cut back a little bit. It's a pretty good beer. It's a really good beer. Like I said, it's just the pininess. I'm not real a big fan of that. Especially if I'm expecting a Baltic Porter, it's a little different. So yeah. With that being said, I could probably cook with this. I'd drink it if I went to a friend's house. Would I willingly buy it? No. But if I had to rate it, I didn't even pay attention on Untappd for this. I just know what I would rate it at. I'd probably go about as low as a 3.5. To be generous, I'd say 3.75, but I'm leaning more towards 3.5. So I will just slash it in half and give it a 3.6. Put it right in the middle. I mean, that's a good day because I realistically, like I said, I willingly would not buy this. Like if I walked into a store and this was the best craft beer that they had in the store, I'd walk out empty-handed and probably end up with a bourbon or something going out of there instead of a beer. So, yeah. I mean, other people may like it. They may try and they may like it. So, if you're feeling brave, go ahead and grab yourself a Gonzo and tell me what you think about it. Like I said, I'm always open to talk about beer. I like hearing what other people think and what other people taste because when it comes to craft beer, some people will talk about a beer and say it's the best beer ever, and then you try it and it just does not agree with you. And then some beers that people say are horrible, you'll try it and you'll love it. It's a world beater. So yeah, at the end of the day, this is one of those beers that you should go ahead and try it out, see what you think about it. I'd recommend finding it like a single bottle. And trying out a single bottle. After tasting it, I think I should have probably got it for $2 a bottle. But I mean, water under the bridge. I still get to drink a beer, and it's a quality beer. It's not that it's not quality. It has really good medium, like medium to full body. It has moderate carbonation, like little carbonation, moderate carbonation. It's pretty creamy, It'll be pretty enjoyable. It's pretty enjoyable if you are a decent fan of a hoppy bitter porter or hoppy bitter stouts. I mean, this would be right up your alley. It's an enjoyable beer. Overall, like I said, too hoppy for a porter. Too hoppy for me. But it does have rich flavors, rich espresso coffee, really complex and unique take on a Baltic porter. Just if they would just make a version without so much hop characteristic to it, this would be fucking awesome. Okay, excuse the French. This would be awesome. So like I said, when you put it in the class, or like 4 beans by 6 point, 3 beans by 6 point. The Shipwreck Porter by Arcadia. Even Baltica. Like, I've had a few of the Baltica porters, which I would buy over this. If I saw it in the store, I would buy the Baltica porter over this. Based solely on that hops. That hops kind of kills it. Duck Rabbit is a little too thin, but it's in the same class as this beer. I probably would drink Duck Rabbit over this, and Duck Rabbit's too weak for me. So yeah, of course, like I said, the first thing that's appealing is you grab the bottle and you're like, oh, 9.2% ABV. Ooh, yeah. And so you're like, it's an Imperial Porter made by Flying Dog. And you're like, oh, yeah, nice Flying Dog brew. And then that hops hit you. So, okay. Like I said, at the end of the day, too hoppy for me. I'd like to hear some of you guys' take on this beer. Go ahead, try it out. Some people are scared to research, and that's why, like I said, I'm the black beer hunter. I will go out and I will search out a beer, and if I don't like it, I'll cook with it. But at the end of the day, I'm always trying to find a good stout. And like I said, in some obscure places, or like I said, in the travel, when I sometime will go to another area just so I can actually scout out their beer scene. I love it. Enjoyed my time in Georgia, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about a few beers that I got from Georgia. So yeah, here we go. Gonzo. Cheers, YouTube. Talk to you later.